The honest woodcutter. Moral honesty is the best policy. A poor woodcutter dropped his axe into a river. When he prayed for help, a river spirit appeared with a golden axe and asked if it was his. The woodcutter, though tempted, said no. The spirit then brought out a silver axe. But again, the woodcutter refused. Finally, the spirit returned his old iron axe. Impressed by his honesty, the spirit rewarded him with the gold and silver axes too. The golden touch. Moral greed leads to unhappiness. King Midas was granted a wish, and he wished that everything he touched would turn to gold. At first, he was delighted, but when he accidentally turned his food and even his daughter into gold, he realized that his greed had cost him dearly. This short story in English with moral shows the dangers of greed. The Lion and the Mouse. Moral kindness is never wasted. One day, a mighty lion was sleeping in the jungle when a little mouse accidentally ran across his paw. The lion woke up and caught the mouse. Ready to eat it, the mouse bleated, "Please, let me go, and someday I'll repay your kindness." The lion laughed but decided to let the mouse go. A few days later, the lion got caught in a hunter's net. The mouse heard his roar, ran to him, and chewed through the ropes to free him. The lion was grateful and realized even small creatures can make a big difference. The Fox and the Grapes. Moral: it's easy to despise what you can't have. A hungry fox tried to reach a bunch of grapes hanging high from a vine. He jumped and jumped but couldn't get them. Frustrated, he finally gave up and walked away, saying, "They're probably sour anyway." This story teaches that it's easy to pretend you don't want something when you can't achieve it. The Two Silly Goats. Moral compromise can solve conflicts. Two goats met on a narrow bridge. Neither was willing to step aside for the other, so they began to fight and both fell into the river. This story shows the importance of compromise and finding peaceful solutions to problems. How the Ant Taught the Elephant a Lesson. The Elephant and the Ant. Once upon a time, there lived a proud and naughty elephant in a jungle. It treated all creatures smaller than itself harshly and was very rude to them. One day, the ant family set out on their daily hunt for food. On their way, they met the elephant, who had a naughty idea and decided to cause the ant family trouble. Suddenly, it sprayed the ants with water. The ants became very angry and one of them cried, "This is wrong. You cannot harm others like this." The rude elephant replied, "You silly ant. I will crush you under my foot if you speak again." The clever ant then decided to teach the elephant a lesson so that it learns to respect every creature. The tiny ant quietly crept inside the elephant's trunk and started biting it. The elephant jumped and blowed its trunk to get rid of the ant, but it did not stop. The big elephant kept crying in pain. Finally, it said, "I am sorry. I have realized my mistake. I promise I will be good and not trouble anyone." The ant then stopped biting it and came out. The elephant had learnt a lesson and was good to everyone thereafter. The elephant and the ant became great friends. When the rats rescued the elephants. The elephants and the rats. One sunny morning, a herd of elephants were on a journey to search for food. They were so happily singing and marching that they did not see the tiny rats that got crushed under their feet. This made the other rats very worried. They held a meeting, and their leader decided that it would talk to the elephants and tell them about the problem. So the rats met with the elephants, and their leader said, "Mighty elephant, we do not wish to cause any trouble, but you have unknowingly crushed many of our members under your feet. It is our humble request that you change your path so that we can live." The elephants agreed and the rats rejoiced. The rats, in return, promised to help them when the elephants would need them. On hearing this, the elephants laughed and told each other, "How can tiny rats like them help such big animals like us?" A few days later, the elephants set out on their journey. On the way, they were caught in a hunter's net. They tried very hard but could not free themselves. They raised their trunks and trumpeted loud. When the rats heard the noise, they understood that the elephants were in danger and quickly rushed to help them. All the rats bit the net and tore it into pieces, thereby setting the elephants free. The elephants thanked the rats for saving them. From then onwards, the rats and the elephants became good friends and always helped each other. Conclusion. Both these stories teach us that we should not think less of anyone smaller than us. Each living creature has its own talents and qualities. We should never treat them badly or be too proud of ourselves. It is important to be humble, gentle, and friendly with others. Moreover, the rats show how we should keep our promises and help each other in need.